Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day, great night, wherever you are. We are continuing our Odyssey in Guild Wars 2 tonight. This is actually day, I think, 17 or 18 of our stream. Right in a row. We've been doing this for over 2 weeks straight. Day 16 of the actual kind of Guild Wars new player experience. And I just want to continue. I do this at the beginning of every stream because it's so important to me. I want to thank you all. We've seen this community grow over these past 2 weeks with people who both watch the stream live and others who watch it after the fact. I tend to stream at night here in the US, so I recognize a lot of the folks that are watching live or are in other parts of the world that are ahead of us, and I thank you so much for that. We've had so many regulars, so many wonderful folks that comment in stream, comment afterwards, give me tips and are helping me along this journey. And it is, I would venture to say, the singularly greatest community that I've ever seen in a game. And I think that will persist for a very long time. And we have created an amazing community for this stream as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. It means so much to me that you tune in and you take time out of what I'm sure are very busy days to spend it with me. So thanks so much for that. We're going to continue doing what we've been doing, which is a little bit of a lore video at the beginning of each stream from the one and only Wooden Potatoes, and then we're going to jump into game. Now, for the past few nights, we've been playing Silvari Elementalist, which has been a ton of fun. We're definitely going to continue playing it, but I thought tonight we would do one of two things. I've got an engineer that we played a few streams back that's only level 5 that probably we should level up a bit further. Or I've heard really great commentary around both the Guardian profession and the Necromancer profession. So we could look at potentially creating one of those. But let's watch some Wooden Potatoes videos and we'll take it over from there.
Menlo blinked and reread the letter. Return to us, brother Menlo. The last line read, "We need you." It had been sent by his old headmaster. A warm sun was shining through the window, and seagulls could be heard flying in the distance beyond the ancient lighthouse of Lion's Arch. Kryta was at some semblance of peace. This is what he, Sin, Devonna, Aidan and Eve had fought so hard for just a few months ago. Could Menlo really go now? Risk his life again and so soon? What of his companions? Why would they join him to fight for a nation they knew nothing of? We need you. Yes, Menlo would lend his aid to Togo, and his friends wouldn't let him go alone. Soon the company were, once more, geared up for an adventure. But it would take them time to reach their destination. A great distance separated Tyria and Cantha, and a trip across the unknown.
Good morning, Skyhawk. Lovely to see you as always.
When they arrived, Menlo intended to meet Togo in
I hope you're doing very well today.
The headmaster had failed to stop the plague on Xingji Island, and anticipated catastrophe should it reach the mainland. So he had travelled there himself. With Menlo's help, the headmaster aimed to warn the Emperor and prepare the city for disaster before it struck. Menlo only hoped he did not arrive too late. After a lengthy voyage, at last land was in sight. Sprawling Kaine.
Hey Coyote, hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. First things first, tonight we're going to open up the mail that you sent.
Lodgings were stacked atop one another high into the sky, a mess of wood and stone hastily pieced together. Kaineng was full. The city had run out of space, and now it built to the stars. It seemed as though it would soon burst at the seams, the mess of construction falling to the sea, where it would be swallowed. A great walled city, filled with riches and filled with loss.
That's very cool.
As the boats drew closer, Menlo identified a series of low wooden piers jutting out from the otherwise sheer wall that defined the edge of Kaineng. These were the docks. Before landing, the boat passed by an offshore rock formation shaped as a dragon. A curious thing, it stood in stark contrast to the city itself, and Menlo wondered its meaning while the vessel came to its eventual halt. The group was met by Jamai. Like Menlo, Jamai had attended Xingji Monastery years ago, and there the two had become fast friends. She explained that the hour was late. The plague had beaten Togo to the city, and it had spread through it like wildfire. In the poorer areas, afflicted roamed the streets unchallenged, and many were infected, sick, and dying. She led the party to the front steps of the Imperial Palace. Red and gold, it stood amongst the slums about its walls. Common men were not permitted to enter, and so the place was largely unspoiled by the poverty that surrounded it. Master Togo had already come and gone, unclear whether his warning to the Emperor had been helpful. At least, this area was safe. Imperial guards defended the palace and whatever else they could, but their numbers were thin and the city vast. The deeper into Kaineng one ventured, the more destitute it became. Menlo and friends could only follow behind Togo, days late. Last they heard, he had made for Vizina Square, a quarantine
Oh, the palace is big.
the metropolis that had been struck hard by infection. The Imperial Guards had sealed it off. Those stuck inside were doomed to fend for themselves, never to escape and further spread the plague.
Okay, awesome, will do.
The master was inside. It was a simple matter to reach Vizina Square, but after passing the guarded quarantine checkpoint, things became dangerous. Through the winding alleyways and disorienting cityscape they travelled until, at last, they heard the sound of a struggle. Peering from an elevated pathway, Menlo spied Togo with a group of men and women surrounded by the infected. They were in a courtyard, and like sewage the afflicted rose from holes in the ground about them, primed to kill. Menlo raced to Togo's aid, and just in time, for suddenly a new wave of afflicted burst forth that only the combined might of the two parties could push back. There was scarcely time for introductions, but Menlo and Togo shared a brief moment to reunite. There was much for Togo to explain, and little that Menlo understood. But explanations would come later, as Togo was distracted by a new discovery. They had come to an old bookstore Menlo recognized from his time at the monastery. It once held magical and religious texts from across the world, but now was in a state of disrepair. But the damage did not seem caused by the afflicted, instead as though someone had passed through searching for something. Who had been here?
Ooh.
A short ways beyond the bookstore was a long stairway down. Togo was keen to descend its steps, convinced it was hiding the very thing he needed to confirm his suspicions. Cautiously, the party climbed down. Light faded about them, and the air again became heavy and warm. And there it was. Something different. Something dangerous. A demonic construct walked upright amongst a hive of afflicted. It was unlike anything they had seen before, and then, out of the blue, Togo spoke to it. Shiro Tagachi, he
Ooh.
called. Adieu yourself, foul spirit. There was silence. Was this truly Shiro Tagachi? For the demon before them looked like no man, much less one who had died 200 years ago. There was a moment of confusion before it spoke back. I am no mere spirit, mortal. Like a god, I have breathed life into this body. Come, feel the bite of my sword. And with that, it attacked. The creature possessed unbelievable quickness and ability with a blade. It and the afflicted flanking it crashed on the heroes with a force that caught them off guard. Slowly, though, the mass of both Tyrian and Canthan allies at Togo's side fought back, and eventually the battle against this new evil was
Wow.
won.
This
The
is thrilling.
construct fell to a heap on the ground, and the heroes stopped momentarily to recover. But then, in that same second, something else happened. From thin air, before their very eyes, suddenly manifested a man. Dressed in a long red and gold coat, wielding twin swords, he looked at them. Only for a moment. In the next he attacked. Lightning quick, he sliced through the heroes, every one of them, and before a single person could react, he had severed them. Flesh was torn from bone, and in an instant,
man.
Shiro Tagachi took their lives. Menlo, Togo, Lucas, Devonna, Zoe, Talon Silverwing, and all else died on the spot.
Oh my god, it's like Game of Thrones.
Bodies fell to the floor and were still.
Oh my gosh.
All was black. Togo was drifting. But there was strength in him still. He could feel it. The headmaster opened his eyes, and there he saw, smiling down at him, was an envoy.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting tonight. Do we learn more about this Shiro Tagachi in Guild Wars 2? I wonder. You don't have to answer that. Maybe that's a secret. Very interesting. That's really cool. All right. Let's dive in. Cliffhanger. Yeah, for sure. Big cliffhanger. All right, so what to do tonight? We've got this engineer that we created last week. I'm wondering if we should play that engineer a bit more. Of course, we've got our thief and our mesmer. What do you all think? Should we play the engineer, or should we keep going with the elementalist? Or should we create a new character tonight? Those are our three options. So continue to play the elementalist, start playing the engineer a bit more, or create a new character. About to meet Occam, the elementalist. Okay. Okay, let's start then with elementalist, and maybe we'll jump over to Guardian in a few. We are off. First thing first, the mail. Oh, I think I have to delete some mail, actually. Okay, there we go. All right. This is from Coyote. I'd like to bring your attention to a place I enjoy. I'm not one for handing things freely to people as it takes away from the joy of the achievement, so here's a little game. Within the Caledon Forest, there are 3 jumping puzzles that I'm aware of. One you know. Let's see if you can discover the others with but the smallest clues. We are limited in word space and in-game mail, so it's tricky. I may have to do multiple letters to get the clue to you. More to follow. Interesting. For Guardian, I'd consider a shorter chart. Okay, great to know. A puzzle. Back when you awoke, you began your journey by the left, but let us now return and look right. Crossing that bridge when you come to it, and passing the living fossils that crawl in the marsh. Glimpse light through a solid rock edifice and walk into it. Here one might tussle with trolls, or running right of behind would come to a clearing with a big red shrub, and within it confines a whole other place. Interesting. Okay, let us go back. Let us go back to where we awoke. I think we awoke at the Astoria waypoint, if I remember correctly. I believe this is where we awoke. Let's open up our mail again. Oh. You begin your journey by the left, but now let us return and look right. Crossing the bridge, you come to it, and passing the living fossil. Is there a bridge over? They're off on a riddle. I like it. Turn and look right. Crossing that bridge when you come to it, and passing the living fossils that crawl in the marsh. Living fossil. There one might glimpse through a solid rock edifice. Walk into it. Red light. Rocket. Hustle with trolls. Do appear to be trolls. Ooh. Another jumping puzzle. Forgot what all these do now. Charge the air around foes after a short delay. Okay, yep. Shocking aurora, envelop yourself with electrical energy that stuns nearby foes. Good. Oh, I thought I killed it. Alright. Through the rock edifice. Tussling with trolls. Big red shrub, and within it confines a whole nother place. Okay. See some red shrubs there.
It's all skill and a little luck.
Right. Got little red shrubs, but this looks like a big red shrub. And within it can fit the whole. This is the shrub we're speaking of. Just checking. Oh. I think I've been here. I think I went here. I think Pixie might have taken me here on another stream. Let me know if I'm wrong, team. Because that would not be the first time. I'm being attacked by something else. Is this where you go to kind of the glow caverns? Ah, yes. Coyote, nice riddle. Very nice riddle. You gave me enough to go on so that I could get there, but not enough so that it was easy. That was very fun. I enjoy the riddles. Always feel free to keep the riddles coming. That's a really fun way of exploring. A little more rewarding. That was awesome. Very well written. That was really fun. Thanks for taking the time to do that. I really enjoyed it. I also love these blue glowstones. See if I can carry it the whole time. Looks so cool. Oh! Oh no, my glowstone! Hey Dan, great to see you. You know, I did a little bit of everything. I've played since 20 since 2006. I played WoW, and so over time I did a lot of it. But I think in the end, I played a lot of Battlegrounds. I definitely did some raids, and most of the time just did completionist things around the world. You kind of see the way that I play Guild Wars, which is mostly about exploring and seeing what places I can discover and what Easter eggs I can find. That was a really similar way that I played WoW over the years, but you know, I'm back in like 2007, 2008. What's wrong with me? I did what everybody does. I played a ton of raids, any raid I could get my hands on in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, and did some arena. Stopped liking kind of that hardcore PvP stuff. Yeah, very cool riddle, Coyote. Thank you so much, and looking forward to the next one. But yeah, that was a lot of what I focused on. And now when I play WoW, it's really just playing through the main stories of the expansions, doing some of the endgame content, and just seeing what I can find. And of course, playing Battlegrounds. I love Battlegrounds. How about yourself? Okay. You're good for Guardian. I hear a lot of positive things about those two classes, Ashura and Char. Whoa! Alright. Feel like I got off easy there. I'm stuck in these. Moved out too far. Oh no! Hubris. Thy name is Coppercork. And I hope everyone's having a good night, and good morning, and good day, wherever you are in the world. Love Fridays and Saturdays. Although every night, so... Yes, good call, Skyhawk. I could have sung that. Although it may not have sounded so pretty. Leave it to the professionals. love these glowing orbs. I discovered them in these caves, and I think they're the coolest item. I don't think I can do anything with them except throw them, but still love it. I played WoW for only 2 months. Could not afford. I live in a third world country, but was so popular I had to at least try it. End of Mist of Pandaria. Yeah, good really beautiful expansion for World of Warcraft. And I'm glad you had the opportunity to play it. I personally think that, and I know that there's models behind these things, and people have to be paid that are making the game, but I think more games should have true free-to-play elements. I think that creates better games, it creates better communities, and it allows developers a little more freedom to step away from that question of, is this going to make money? And sometimes just do what's best for the game and the community. Oh, it's going to be a hard jump because I can't see. Oh, almost. almost. Sure. Path here. Oh no, it expired. Sorry, Sparkfly. I'm upset that I lost it. You're next. Lucky Sparkfly.
Element of fire, obey me.
Yeah, I agree, Skyhawk. I think that they really made smart decisions with this game and how they brought it to market, and how they've made it accessible for people to play it over time. I mean, that's how this stream started. I started as a free-to-play player, and I thought the community was so wonderful and what they were doing with the game was so wonderful that I purchased it in every expansion. And I really believe that if you make great games and great content, that's what will happen. People will buy it. Because one, they want to experience the parts of the game they can access, and two, there's a certain loyalty that breeds. Uh-oh. Oh, brutal. Oh, heartbreaking. Just reading some comments here. Can't wait till you see your first big open world meta. Same here. Does ArenaNet have a... Does somebody... or does ArenaNet have a big annual conference or kind of online showcase? I mean, I guess what I'm comparing this to is Blizzard has BlizzCon, for example, but just curious if they do something similar for ArenaNet and Guild Wars, where they talk about what's coming next and the community gets together virtually or in person, kind of just celebrate the game. What? Compens. Wow, that is a cool looking mount. Alright, let me see here. Get to check out the Triple Trouble at some point. But we need to find out when the North American servers generally have a guild host. Okay. Give a timer bookmark for the MMOs. Darkness Griffin skin. That's really cool. Yeah, that was a really cool one. Was that one of you, or was that just a another random player? No. Oh. All right. You know, they say Final Fantasy is a super glowy MMO, but I think Guild Wars could compete for that title as well. Pretty beautiful and glowy. All right.
That's valuable.
Take a breath. Have a stretch. That was good. Coyote, thanks again for writing that. Great riddle. Really enjoyed it. Oh, no. Almost. Almost. Mashed the wrong button. Alright. What did I get there? Trident. Copper doubloon. Oh, I see. Alright, so Occam. I've got to go seek out Occam. Where's Occam at? Off to Gleaner's Cove we go. Ah. Took a little bit, actually. Oop. Panther. Is the panther meant to disappear? Whoa! Very cool. Need some salvage kits. Okay, I'll buy those next time I'm in. Use GW Temple for the timers. Tell me more about the timers. I don't quite understand that. Yeah, panthers are cool in this game. I don't quite understand the timers and how that works. Ooh. What are these? Oh, shaman toads. Oh, they show when the boss fights happen. Okay. Use GW Temple for timers. Okay, I'll check that out. I was before I jumped on stream, I was watching Asmongold on his alt account, just doing a new kind of just playing New Worlds, not really streaming, and he seems to be a big fan of the game. But I played it a little bit more yesterday, and I just not into it. Just I'm not sure. I can't quite see what the hype is about, being honest. Oh, thanks. Absolutely. I'm in the action game. Oh, perfect. Save that mess. Right. What do we have here?
Valiant. How unexpected.
I think you're right,
Nightmare
Skyhawk.
courtiers attacked Bridget's Overlook. I came to investigate. What are you doing here?
I came to see Occam, but he's not here. He forged special armor for Bersalak. It may be the reason he's so powerful.
I see signs of a fight, but no blood upon the ground. The smith was kidnapped, not killed.
Whoever attacked this village must have gotten to Occam. I hope he's all right.
We can still learn a great deal. Look for clues. There may be more here than a first glance reveals. Search carefully. The smith may have kept a journal, or an account book. We need any information we can find.
Smith, with the account book, there's an entry for a Duchess Phelan in suit of green armor, marked payment pen.
Occam's account book. The armor was commissioned by... it was commissioned by Fowler. This journal says the sale was never finalized. The court must have stolen the armor rather than giving the smith payment.
Interesting.
The notes say that the armor Bersalak wears is the only set Arkham crafted. Good.
Ah, journal.
Look, Arkham's journal says the enchantment on the green armor works only if the entire suit is worn.
We just need to sneak his helm off and we'll be okay.
If Fowlan commissioned his armor, then Bersalak is a member of the Nightmare Court. Listen. I hear footsteps. Someone approaches. Hide yourself a moment and let us see what we will see.
Ha! That sniveling smith refuses to work without his own tools.
Don't waste time complaining. If we don't return soon, the Duchess will flay us and make a winter cloak. Hurry up, you wretches. Collect the tools and we're away.
Do you hear that? Someone is coming.
They're gonna get a little F3 if they walk in here.
Well, look at this.
Hey Locke, welcome. Great to have you here.
One Duchess Fowlan talks about. She'll be delighted to hear you're still alive.
Speak her name again, and I'll cut it from your tongue. Now tell me where they've taken the smith.
The Duchess commissioned a suit of enchanted armor from Occam. She wanted it for Bersalak, our newest knight. The armor was so magnificent that Her Grace ordered us to come back and invite the smith to join her court.
An invitation he undoubtedly wasn't allowed to refuse. Kate, we have to rescue Occam. He made the armor. He'll know how
We
to
need
use
to get a little bit of
True.
armor from Occam,
Still, if
team.
he has fallen to nightmare, he can't be turned back to the dream. You've mentioned a girl named Gawain. Could she help us instead?
It's possible. Bersalak desires Gawain's favor. She could persuade him to remove his helmet and the protection it provides, but she's still grieving for her lost love.
See, there we now we're
Maybe
thinking
the taste of revenge
properly.
will cure her grief. Maybe it won't. Does it matter, as long as we stop Bersalak? We shall go to either Gawain or Occam. The choice is yours. Last chance.
Just killed her in cold blood. Oh, difficult decisions. Team, what do you think here? What do you think? We've got two important decisions. Do we go check to see if Occam is alive, or do we go to Gawain to try to see if we can get her to take off his helmet? Occam is cool, and Occam it is. Oops. Right, we have made a choice. Are you able, quick question here, are we able to preview what armor looks like? Can I see, for instance, what these different coats? I'm going velvet coat. How do I see that? I like the coat look. Didn't like the coat actually as much as I thought I would. Okay. You're 108 to 114, 115 to 122 in main hand. Oh, Mighty Dagger is be better. Okay. Right click. Thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. Off to save Occam. Ah, we have a salvage kit now. Excellent. Feel liberated though. This thing hits hard. Oh. I don't think I can take that on my own. If I could. Resurrect all these. Help me. I'm gonna try to put up a much stronger fight and bring some elementalists to it this time. Order pods opened up. Ah. Oh. Help them. Oh, hard.
I am the wind. I can't do this alone.
Uh-oh. 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 Ah, that's okay. I'm off to get Occam anyway. Although I don't know where I'm going. Oh, I see. Thanks for the help there, Skyhawk. You're always welcome to join me. Well, hit and run. Well said. Well said. That's funny. All right. All right, Keith.
This is where the Nightmare Court is holding Occam. If we are to save him, Valiant, then we must hurry. The court is very good at what they do.
Do you think they'll kill him? If they did that, then he wouldn't be able to make them any more suits of armor.
Kill? No. The court increased their numbers through deceit and corruption. They spread poison at the roots. Eventually he will listen to them, and then he will fall to their lies. It is the court's purpose to poison the Dream of Dreams, and thus corrupt the Pale Tree. The darkness we saw in your dream was one such attempt. They torture Sylvari, allowing the dream to absorb darker, more painful memories, both from themselves and from their prey.
This is
He
a
joins them
really
just
nice
stop. I see.
Juxtaposed
We'd better get
storyline. I like it.
immediately.
Agreed. Let's search the camp and hope that Occam has been stalwart thus far. Search the camp, and do not be afraid. I will be be as close as your shadow.
Right, locate Occam amongst the cages. This is pretty. Look at this landscape. Wow, that's really cool. That is really neat. I'm actually in range. Thanks, Coyote. Much appreciated. Hey. Okay, I definitely see that that was a mistake. I can see that now. All Sylvari are linked to the dream unless they consciously separate themselves, and the dream randomly absorbs memories from them. Although more intense memories are more likely to be the creatures that are born. Inherit a small amount of these memories as a... Oh, that's really interesting. Almost like a an evolutionary instinct, but more metaphysical. That's really cool. What a great bit of lore and backstory and character building that is. Really clever. Like that a lot. Okay. I don't think I can take all these hounds at once, so I will avoid them. Okay. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to hit. Alright, Kaith has got it. I'm gonna come in and F3 these dogs. Alright. Go find Occam. Oh.
I'll set a trap for any who dare follow us. Slip out the back of the camp. They learn the error.
Hello, you let me out, yes?
Oh, hit my mic. Sorry about that. Right. Welcome.
Here to save me, I hope.
Arkham? You're more bubbly than I'd expect for someone who's been tortured.
Them? Ha! Couldn't faze me. I knew someone would come. Left plenty of clues at the forge. Quickly now, and we'll go through the back, less guarded.
That's exactly what Kate suggested. How did you hear her talking from all the way over here?
Hear her? No. Simplest solution to the problem. Hurry. Courtiers will be here soon. I can forge a vine wall to keep them at bay, but you must move fast.
Hey, Arkham.
Courtiers approach. Vine goes here. Run!
Oh, wow, that is cool. Whoa.
Down and go after them.
Really cool.
We need to keep running.
Found the waterfall.
Oh, wow, that's really cool, too.
I can't move. It's a trap. Nice explosion.
I have to ask, Arkham, why did you make Fallon the armor? Didn't you know she was of the Nightmare Court?
I knew, but she threatened me. Said they'd break my hands, leave me useless, take away my purpose and my joy. Still, once I saw what they'd done with my masterwork, disgusting. I should have thrown myself from the cliffs.
No, the lesson here isn't so simple. There are many strands in this tapestry, and yours is only one. Now that you are safe, we deal with Bersalak. Tell us, does your armor have a weakness?
Yes, to forge the armor, it had to be vulnerable to my smithing tools. My hammer made it, my hammer can destroy it.
Valiant, I propose that we use this information and challenge Bersalak to a duel. Then use the smith's hammer as your weapon. And smash him to paste.
Sounds good. I bet Bersalak would come for certain if he received an invitation from Gawain. Keith, talk to her and arrange the fight. Arkham, bring your hammer. We'll hold a duel at Marbon Market. I want as many witnesses as possible when Bersalak falls.
Ooh. That is, I think, the perfect stopping point for tonight. Right before the big duel. Leave the instance. Quick little hour stream tonight, but a fun one. A fun one. Coyote Skyhawk, thank you so much for all the great tips as always. Coyote for the awesome riddle. I really enjoyed it. This is so much fun. Like I said last night, I look forward to it every day. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of this Bersalak storyline tomorrow. So I hope, Coyote, you have a great rest of the night. Skyhawk, I hope you have a great day ahead of you. You're in the future. Whenever we do these streams, it's a bit of time travel as well. But thanks as always. I will... It's same as always. We are, I think, 17 days in a row now. Tomorrow will be 18, and I'm having a ton of fun. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Have wonderful days until then, and be well. I hope everything's great.